So I've been looking at upgrading my flashlight for hunting. For the last couple of years I've been using the Fenix UC35 1000 lumen flashlight, and I just made a small funnel to put on the front to narrow that beam up. But now there's a lot more flashlights slash torches on the market that have focusable beams and just really predominant spots. So I've hit up the guys at Fenix, and particularly with the FD41 and HT18, they also throw in the PD40R just to see if max lumens would be beneficial over a predominant spot. As I'm more interested in the brightness, distance and concentration of the spot, I'm not going to do a big technical breakdown like a lot of other reviews. I'll give a very quick brief description and then take it out for comparison outside. So first up is the Fenix FD41. It has the lowest lumens out of the three at 900. It comes with the holster, lanyard and the flashlight. No charger, as it will use pretty much most cell phone chargers on the market. A 2600 milliamp rechargeable battery, and it has a twistable focus ring to hone the beam in. So the Fenix HT18 at 1500 lumens max, 5000 milliamp battery, comes with the flashlight, a sleeve here to put a smaller milliamp battery in if you need to. It comes with a charging cable, also comes with a red and green lens just to filter out some of that white light. Also has a holster and a lanyard with some spare O-rings. And now we have the brightest of the Fenix torches we're going to check out in the darkness, the PD40R at 3000 lumens. Comes with a holster, charger, flashlight, 5000 milliamp battery and a lanyard. This one differs from the other two, as to turn it on you twist a bezel up the head of the torch, so to turn it on and to go through the settings of brightness, whereas the others have the tail switch. And on with the show. We'll start with the Fenix FD41 900 lumens with the focusable beam. So we started off, as you can see, it's on its lowest setting. More importantly, I'm just all about how much power it has, so we'll just go straight up to high beam. So as you can see, it's got a really awesome pronounced spot, and then you just twist the bezel up the front and it gives it more of a floodlight, and then you bring it back to that spot. The garages are about 20 meters away. We'll go further later on, but as you can see, it's a really awesome spot. Okay, so HT18 1500 lumens, doesn't have a focusable beam but has a deep cone shaped head which creates a focused spot. Yep, so let's get this thing on. Lower setting, all flashlights have them, but yeah, let's jack this baby up and see what she can do. Wow, okay, so the HT18 is super bright. It's a very concentrated spot. It's going to throw a really good distance. The garages are 20 meters away, so this is going to be interesting to see if the Fenix 3000 lumen PD40R is going to outshine this. So now we're on to the brightest one at 3000 lumens, the PD40R. Doesn't have a focusable beam, and to go through the light sequences, it's not just a button to push. You rotate a bezel up the front of the light. So we'll start that off on its lowest setting. I'm all about the brightness and the concentration of the spot, so let's turn it up. So the PD40R is definitely impressively bright, definitely over the shorter distance. The central spot isn't as tight as the other two, but it is definitely a very bright flashlight. And with a twist of the bezel, we can put it into strobe feature. The other flashlights basically a push button through the light settings, whereas this one, the twisting of the bezel. So now we get a few things a bit further away. So we've got a bail 20 meters, 50 meters, and then about 150 meters. So we'll start with the FD41, all on full, just because we're looking at spotlight distance basically, for the purposes of shooting, but otherwise it's quite good to see the brightness of these torches. We'll start with the FD41 at 900 lumens, so a really awesome sort of spot. And then if we use the focus ring, it puts it out into flood, and then back to spot, all pretty easy. And if you get the remote switch, will mount quite nicely to a scope. So that bail 20 meters away, and then the two over there 50 meters away. There's old white, obviously wants to get in on the action. And then if we go over this way, not sure if we can quite pick that up, but there is a bail about 150 meters away, which the next torch might be able to pick up. So now we have the HT18 non-focusable beam but concentrated spot. We'll turn this on. It'll be 1500 lumens, and there we have it. It is exceptionally bright, with a nice focused spot. So first bail, extremely lit up, the light's bouncing back, reflecting at 20 meters. The two over there, also very easily lit up at 50 meters. And then if we go around, we can possibly get the reflection of the bails over there at about 150 meters, and that's lighting that up quite easily through a scope. That would be quite simple. So now we have the PD40R from Fenix, 5000 milliamp battery and 3000 lumens. So can't start this straight away, and it's 3000 because we just got to twist the ring at the front to go through the sequences. So 3, 4 of those, and that gives a super amount of brightness, more for the shorter distances, but it just lights everything up, which is quite nice. So bail, yep, picks it up at 20 meters. The two is sort of showing a bit of shading at 50 meters, and then over to the 150 meters away, you can kind of see them, but they're not super pronounced like the other two torches. So great torch, super bright, and good to get the comparison between brighter lumens versus a focused spot. Also, on a side note, I could see a lot more than what the camera has actually picked up looking back at the footage. So if you think they look good in these clips, you'll be impressed when you have hands on. So my final conclusion, they're 3 very awesome torches, exceptionally bright, but for the purposes I'm looking to go spotlighting, my winner would be the HT18 at 1500 lumens. It has great distance, awesome brightness, and a very concentrated spot, even way out to the distance. The FD41 was a very close second. If I didn't know the HT was available, I would quite happily buy that at 900 lumens. The PD40R was exceptionally bright, but just didn't quite have the distance and a narrow spot. As you can see now, I've got the HT18 versus the FD41, just how the HT sort of overpowers it with its brightness. Both awesome with the spot, and you can also put a pressure switch or remote switch, either way you look at it, for the ease of shooting at night. I hope this helps. I'm not a professional, just trying to find the right light for the job.